bringing the people behind our food to life.
Yes, that is an ear of corn in my pocket. Let's see. My pockets are getting full, so I don't know how many more I can pick. I never waste corn. I grew up in New England, and New Englanders love their corn. But the quality of corn that we were getting in the boxes or whatever was rapidly declining. Here's a blue ear. No red in it. You can see the white silk. I don't want that. But you can see this pattern here, the lighter color would be that kernel. The purple are these kernels. So you can see the two variations. It was an ad or a listing in the High Mowing Seed Company catalog that said makes good cornbread. Aha, boys seeking corn. Ad says good cornbread. At that point, it was just a whim. It could have failed, but it grew, and it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. That's a nice ear, nice orange ear. Man, that's a beauty. Royce Callis flint, it just lovely colors, oranges, yellows. Roy Fair, person who maintained this seed, treated the population as an aesthetic. He didn't just treat it as production. He didn't say this is going to produce lots and lots of corn, but all these qualities, these reds, these yellows, the oranges, the purple husks, and then the red grains inside. I mean, this is a creation of a person who had an aesthetic sensibility, as opposed to just simply agronomic, sitting there in an experiment station trying to find the one best corn and then multiplying out from there. He took this population, this kind of bohemian population of corn ears, and said, I really like that. And that's how he developed this variety. And we do the same thing here. Writing beautiful corn did not change the affection I had for corn. I had it from the day I saw one of these ears. I went, that's it. It's beautiful. I'm happy now. My life is complete. And then I ran into sweet potatoes, but that's another story. But it did deepen my affection for the plant. It deepened it. Of course, nice thing about planting the popcorn next to the grapes is you can come out and check both. Much more efficient. And then we grow a popcorn variety, and that's Amish butter. So this is a popcorn ear, very typical popcorn ear. They are conical. They're shaped like a cone. You can see the silks are still here. And once again, this corn will make a really fabulous hominy and a very good white cornmeal. When you want a white cornmeal, this is the one to reach for. We have a staff here that I regard as my teachers. They've spent a lot of time working with corn and working in fields, as I have, and so it's always a collaborative effort. I learn a great deal from them. They have a great interest in natural history, and are keenly observant. Many years ago, we were shucking corn in the truck, and we were chatting, and I looked at it, and there was an ear that was all misshapen. It has several little branches on it, and I looked at it and said, that's no good for seed. And Zenon said, in Mexico, in Oaxaca, that's considered that's a queen ear. He noted that that's a sign of good luck in your field. And so I looked at it, and it went into the seed bag because I wanted luck, We will, when I go to pull together my seed, some of the seed will include this seed from this queen ear, because it's kind of got a little bit looser genetic structure. We all need that in the field and among humans. This is a purple corn. How could you have ever guessed that I've been working on? It's not quite arrived yet. So I've got to acclimate it to this latitude and retain as much purple as I can. And this is what I'm looking for. So this will be a seedier, maybe a seedier for next year. I want the purple kernels, but these aren't, it's hard to say, but look at that purple silk, purple husk, purple plant. I want the whole thing to be purple. Why am I doing this? I'm clueless. But it's every so often you've got to just have some fun. So this is my contribution. Roy's callus flint was Roy Fair's wacko aesthetic exercise. This is mine. And we'll see how it goes, but it'll be a fine corn for the backyard. Listen. That's one of the details of corn, is to listen for that rustle. I think we're on the cusp of a resurgence. I hope certainly beautiful corn will inspire that, because it's something you can grow in the backyard. And that's what's nice about corn, these flint corns. They're tactile plants. They're easy to grow in the backyard or in a backyard garden. They're easy to grow on a small market farm where you're working by hand, where the shadow of the grower is still in the field. And they're wonderful. I'm satisfied with this. I like this. And once you see all the birds and the spiders and the beetles in there, you see how many worms are in the soil, you begin to appreciate the value of it. You know, it's watching it all the way through, and I'm watching it into the winter. The cornfield has a life after it has finished producing ears for us.